Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by. How was your day? It's Friday. I do not know if this video will go up or not, but I have hit a roadblock on my journal I'm creating, and I spent a couple of hours trying to rearrange it. I have too many pages. So I spent a couple of hours trying to figure out what to do, and I've decided that I'm going to have to probably make 2 signatures, which means I'm going to have to change some things. And after spending about 2 hours trying to figure out how I'm going to do that, I decided that I was going to pull out something that I was going to pull out my scraps. So I did. I pulled out like my little basket of scraps that I keep for when I want to make myself a journal. And I decided, I'm going to take you along with me. This isn't going to be a long video because it's just some scraps that I've either misprints that I keep in a basket. And when I decide that I'm going to make myself a journal, which I do need another one, I'm going to pull out that basket that I keep on a shelf. And this is just the scraps, the smaller ones that I keep in here. Well, these typically would go in here too, but quite obviously they didn't make it into here. But this is how I keep it. And then I just go through the scraps and I put myself together a little journal. And I mean little, like it's not real big and it's not real fancy. But I thought, maybe some of my newer folks who are new to junk journaling would want to see how I would do something like that. Okay? So, if you want to stay and watch, it's not going to be a very long video. And like I said, I don't know if it will go up tonight or not because Friday nights, it seems like a lot of people do uploading. For some reason, Friday evenings, it takes forever for me to upload a video. Even, it doesn't matter. It could be a 20-minute video. It could be an hour-long video. It doesn't matter. It just takes forever. And and I might want to work on this a little bit. So I'm just going to show you how you can take some scraps that you've put into a basket that you'd like to do, make yourself a journal. And it's just like, just some offcuts or, just some papers that you've put together. You put aside in a basket and said, oh, that would work in that journal that I want to make for myself. So I'm going to put this aside. I'll put this over here because this is just, some little tiny pieces. Some tiny pieces. So, I already do know this was a piece that I had decided that I had printed. Oh my gosh, I have so many pieces in here. I didn't realize I had so many pieces in here. Okay, so I did know that when I had printed this for whatever I had printed it for, I thought, ooh, that would make a nice cover sometime, if I made a journal. So I saved it and I put it in the basket. And then anytime I had something that I thought would match, I put it in the basket. So anything that had blues or pinks or was a French theme, because this is French. Well, to me it is. It actually is. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is from one of Rachel's kits. Either her French Chateau or one of her French kits. So I have some of hers in here. I have some Ruby and Pearl. I have some, I think this is Sampool, music paper, and then some of my documents that I either misprinted or just didn't come out right. Key stain paper, some book page. I have a little thank you from a friend of mine, Rhonda, from A Little Bit French. So I put that in here. And so yeah, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, oh, and then the other thing I'll do is if I do put something in here that I think would go well, then I'll cut it to size. Pretty much right away. I won't cut it completely, but I will cut the height. So, in other words, let me just take a piece here. Like, for example, I had this blue paper that I dyed, and so I won't cut the sides because I don't know, yeah, I might want to fold it back or what have you, but I will cut the height so I won't have to do that. Does that make sense? Because you don't really ever have to cut the height, but your pages will be long. So, you know, like I could just fold that back like that. So, we'll start with that since I already have it out. So let's get another page and see what we'll do with it. I have some music paper here. It's just to cut a piece of paper. And then let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, definitely we'll use this. This is from Ruby and Pearl, and this is called Beautiful Birds. So this was a misprint. I think I cut it wrong or something when I made this journal using her Beautiful Birds kit. So I cut it, I think I cut it too short or too long, or it was wrong. So, you know, I know that the height is gonna fit because I cut it too short for the other journal. So we'll put that in there. And then, let's see, this is from a magazine, but kind of looks French, you know. And I don't care that it's kind of shiny, but it's pretty. So we'll put that in there. And then I have, obviously, tea stained and what have you paper. So, it's not really folded right, but that doesn't bother me. Like, it has a fold here, but that's okay. Just press it out. And I'll make sure that this is kind of even with the fold. So, yeah, this is kind of my process when I make a journal. And what I showed you the other day was the layout of my pages for my kit that I'm using to make my design team project. What I didn't show you is my, like, the book pages and stuff that I add like I'm doing now. And so when I started putting those in, it wasn't working. It just wasn't working at all. So I'll put that there. And I might not keep all these pages the way that I'm putting them in. I'm kind of just going through this junk here that I have. It's not really junk, it's beautiful. But here is, I actually used this the other day. It's just a letter. Not really folded very well, but... And what had happened is I printed on the other side of the letter, and it was the wrong kit. So, yeah. So I put it in that basket. Yeah, I happened to just, I don't know what anyway. So I put it in the basket. And now I'm just gonna, and I might rearrange these. I'm just kind of pulling them right now. Or I might just leave them the way that they are as I put them in. I'm not really paying much attention. I'm kind of talking to you and kind of just pulling from my basket. So it looks like, well, let's see here. It looks like they'll fit. I kind of just maneuver my cover a little bit. And I might have to kind of maneuver things a little bit, but that's okay. As long as the height is good, then that's all you have to pretty much worry about, because everything else can kind of be folded, or you could tear it or what have you when you're done. You know, like I could tear that if I wanted to, but I don't think I will. Okay, so we need another page, and we need something with a print, I think. So I'll do a book page. So I have these book pages. Now these are very old, so I have to be kind of careful with these. Now, this one has a torn edge, but that's okay because I can fix that with some, like, if you do have something like that, there's several things you could do. I don't particularly like to use the washi, so what I'll typically do is I will glue a small piece of, say, some paper here and make a new little spine, if you will, for this. And then I'm just giving you an idea. This is just tea stained new graph paper, you know, not vintage or anything. I just take it out of my pad of paper and tea stain it. So what I'll do is I'll take that book page like this, okay? And I'll show you. Let me just cut this down. Want to kind of cut it straight. If this ever happens to you, if you want to use book page and your spine, you know, your pages aren't together good, or if you have two pages you want to put together, you just kind of make a little, just do this. And now, well, you could do it either way. I'll do it probably, oh, there's 2 pages here. Well, that's okay. Let's take them apart. It's such an old book. It's like literally, you know what, I'm keeping them together because they are together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep them together. I'm going to simply slide that like this, right? And now, I've made a new spine for that, so that it'll go in here, and I'll do this, right? Then I'll take another piece. And I'll do the same thing inside here. Like this. And that will strengthen that, and you will have no problems. And I will either, I'll probably glue this down on both sides. here, and here. And then I'll tie it into my signature and it will be fine. So if that ever happens to you, that's how you can fix it. Or you can put 2 book pages together. You just add a little bit of a hinge. I guess that's what you call it. So let's grab another piece. I think I need... No, that won't work because the bird will be upside down. Maybe we'll use that for a flip or something. I'm going to put something strong in there. So I'll add some pink stained paper. Just don't want to make her too chunky and make sure everything's fitting. So far, so good. Uh-oh. My husband just got home. He doesn't know I'm videoing. Hold on 1 second. Because he's going to start talking to the dog, and the dog is going to start talking to him. Hold on. John, I'm videoing. Okay. Sorry about that. I mean, literally, the dog, like, she just gets all happy. And so does he. And he talks, and they jump and play. And see, I'm just kind of pulling pages, and I might rearrange them, but I might not. You know, I might like flip this one back this way because I think that would look good there. But I think that would need a blue page. I wonder if I have any blue paper. Hold on. I do, but I don't know if it's going to work because it's kind of raggedy. Let's see. And I can always trim it or fold it. So if it doesn't fit, I can trim it or fold it. So, but I think I'm going to put that there. No. I'll put this here, and then I'll put this here. And then I can bring this, and even though this is folded already, that's okay, because I could put something else there. Or maybe fold that. Hold on. Maybe fold that like that and put I need something without a pattern. This is again just a scrap of this kind of paper. Let's see how that works. Back like that, back like that. See, I already cut the height. I already know the height. The height is 8 inches. The height is, yeah, the height is 8 inches. So I cut my papers 8 inches. The width, I didn't even think about really because, as you can see, you can just fold up your pages or what have you. and they're either misprints or what have you, and I just put them in this particular basket because I knew that anything I'd put in here would likely be able to go into this journal. And then the rest were obviously either just too small or I put them in here. I really want to use this one. Did I? I had a page from Ruby and Pearl. Okay, it's in there. Okay. Oh, this is real pretty. This is, I don't know whose it is, but it's pretty. So that needs to go with something pink. But I think I'll do it this way, and maybe that will be my center. I don't want to make it too big, but I do want to have enough writing space. So always keep that in mind, you know, to always, you know, because I write in my journals, that's what I make them for. I like to use my journals. I know a lot of people, they buy these beautiful, exquisite journals, and I think, what do they do with them? Don't get me wrong, I love my journals that are very pretty and exquisite, but I like to know, what do people do with their journals? Because I've been journaling since I was 14 years old, and I write every day. I have 4 journals. And I need another one because the journal I have is almost done. And sometimes I'll just play in it, you know, I'll collage page or I'll have a little journaling card and I'll stick it in there, you know. So I need more writing. Tea stain. Let's see. I don't really like that for the first page. Let me take that out. I am going to put that because the pinks go together, and that way, yeah, that's better. See, you can always flip things around once you get it together. That definitely looks like it should be there. And then I think I'll stick a tea stain there. Let me just fold this. And I don't, you know, I can always fix that later. And I'm not going to tie it in yet because I might not. I just want to make sure this stays in the center because I love that. It's not real even or anything, but that's okay. We'll make it even later. And then I have a book page. Do I have any music page? Did I put music page? So I always want to have book page, and I always want to have music page, and I always want to have some tea stain paper and some plain paper and some flip outs, and yeah. And then you can always add like little belly bands and things like that. My cover doesn't seem to, it's not a real perfect cover, I don't think. I don't know if it's perfectly cut. But you can always fix that there. It looks perfectly cut. But then again, you know, me, sometimes things aren't perfect. And I have to go back and fix it. But so far, so good, right? Right. Right, let's get some music paper. Look, guys, this is just put your stuff in a basket. Oh, this is pretty. Let's put, it's not folding right. And I don't want to cut it yet. Oh. Here's an envelope. Maybe I'll put that in there just to remind me that there's an envelope in there that I can tuck secrets into. Where is, do I have any music? I have this sheet of music. Do any scraps of music? I don't want to really cut that if I don't have to. No, I guess I don't. Here's another pretty page. I know what happened with this. When I scanned it, it didn't, or when I printed it, it didn't come out right. See, when I, but it's pretty. So I'm going to put that in here. I really like that blue. Oh, there's some music paper. I did put some music paper in there. Good. That takes care of that. So I have music paper. I have book page. I know that because I just showed you how to fix it. And I have, did I put any of this in? I can put some of that in later. Here's another letter. Let's see how this would work. Hold on. Maybe I could do something like this, and then that would be sort of like my cover page, if that makes sense. And then this could fold over this way. It might be too tall, but I could always cut that down. And I don't care if the writing's going sideways. That doesn't bother me at all. It is a little bit too tall, but I can cut that down. See, it's too tall up here. But I'll just cut that down. Right? Right. So let's look through. I won't keep you any longer. I can always switch things around later. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to put together a little journal for yourself, a friend, or just anybody really. And of course you could add pockets. This is what I consider a sort of like a blank journal. And I'll add pockets and things like that, obviously. Little bits and pieces here and there. So here we go. So we've got that page, the letter. I'll cut that down. We've got this. That looks upside down. I think it is. can you tell? I can never tell after I've cut it. It isn't upside down, it's right where it's cut. It's a good thing my daughter was a music major. Okay, so I've got that page, a blue page. Oops. That up. Beautiful birds, my favorite. I think that's my favorite. And then we have these French ladies. You know, I think I was going to use this for sewing. My sewing journal I did a walkthrough of. So I'll put that there. And that will flip out. And if that's going to flip out, that should probably go this way. So far all I have to do is cut that down, maybe. I mean, I might have to cut some others down too, but, or fold some others. So then I have a letter. That's real pretty. And then I have to leave that there to remind myself because that's that book page. And then we've got a sturdy page here. So that'll be good when I do that. I'm going to move this blue to here. Because that way I have blue and blue. But I'll probably take this and do that. And just trim that. And the rest, they say is done. Whoops, an extra piece. I don't want to waste that. I know it kind of looks funky, but after I get it all sewn in, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll do a little walkthrough if you'd like. So that's how you'd put together a little journal. And then once you look at it, you can say, okay, do I want to fold this back? Do I want to cut it off? I think I'll fold it back. That just makes sense to me. Am I lazy? Maybe. And you know what? I think I'll make this. I'll bring it down like this. Watch. I'm not lazy, guys. It's just easier. I'm going to fold this up and make it a pocket. Bring it down a little bit. And I'll have a little pocket there. Easy peasy. No cutting. So, get yourself a basket, put some offcuts or misprints in it, and make yourself or a friend a journal. Now, this is very, like, I could do this right now. I could probably take this and turn it into any kind of journal. Like, this could be a Mother's Day journal, by simply putting in Mother's Day things, or it could be any kind of journal, really. I'm going to move some pages around. I can already tell I need to put in more light tea stained and maybe, yeah, maybe another blue or another pink. But I'll move things around. For sure, I'll move things around. I can already tell I'm going to be moving things around. But I'm not going to change the pages. I'm just going to move them around. Yeah, definitely be moving things around. It kind of looks kind of funky right now, but so now you have a journal that you could basically make into any kind of journal. For me, this is okay because I don't need it to be a specific journal, if that makes sense. I'm just making it into a journal for me to write in and to keep my thoughts. And I love the chunkiness of it and the weight. And I'll just move the pages around, and I will be back again to show you a little flip through after I finish making sure I have the pages in the way I want them. But I know that I have my book pages, and I have some decorative pages. And, you know, I know I want to put that bird in there, so I'll make a little flip for it. But just kind of wanted to visit and take you along with me and show you how you can put together a sweet little 8 by, I think it's 5 or 4. 8 by 4.5. 8 by 4.5. So 8 inches this way and 4.5 by this way. And all I did was kind of folded up pages, and so far, oh, there's that little envelope there. That's good. Okay, so that's it for today. And until I see you again, be well, be kind, be safe, and God bless y'all. I hope you had a good time. I did. I love visiting with you. And that's about it. I don't know what I'll call this video. I guess, I don't know. But I'll call it something. And like I said, it is Friday. It might not go up till Saturday. So I hope you're not all confused. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.